Dear world leaders and my fellow citizens of planet Earth, tonight it is with a heavy heart that I want to address you. In a world marked by pervasive challenges, economic instability, geopolitical tensions, environmental crises, social divisions, and the ever present specter of war, it is crucial that we pause to reflect on our shared responsibility and the interconnected destiny as inhabitants of this planet. It is easy to fall into the trap of seeing our differences as insurmountable divides, but history has shown us time and time again that diversity is not a weakness, it is the source of our greatest strength. Every culture, community, and individual contributes unique perspectives and solutions to the challenges we face. By embracing our differences and finding common ground, we can forge a path toward unity and shared progress. Fear, mistrust, and hostility have too often dictated the course of human history. But we have the power to rewrite that narrative. Let us reject the notion that conflict is an inevitable outcome of disagreements. Instead, let us champion dialogue, mutual respect, and collaboration as the cornerstones of our relationships, both within and between nations. Violence is not a solution. It is a tragic failure of imagination, empathy, and determination. Together, we must prioritize peaceful solutions even when the road is difficult. History has repeatedly shown us that wars have never been a true solution to humanity's problems. Instead, they leave behind a legacy of poverty, scarcity of resources, death, destruction, and unimaginable suffering. Entire generations are lost in the devastation of conflict, and the infrastructure that sustains communities are gone. Schools, hospitals, and homes are reduced to rubble. Wars displace millions, creating refugee crises and perpetuating cycles of poverty and instability. The resources spent on waging wars could instead be invested in education, healthcare, and sustainable development, fostering a brighter future for all. We must learn from these lessons and commit to resolving disputes through dialogue and diplomacy, not destruction. The trillions of dollars spent on stockpiling weapons of mass destruction represent a staggering cost of misused funds. These resources could have been directed towards transformative initiatives, providing universal health care, ensuring access to quality education, and eliminating poverty in countless communities around the world, instead of fueling an arms race that endangers humanity. These funds could have built hospitals, schools, and sustainable infrastructure, lifting millions out of hardship and creating a foundation for global prosperity. The existence of these weapons of mass destruction pose an existential threat to humanity, and their proliferation undermines efforts to build a peaceful and stable world. We must challenge this dangerous narrative and work tirelessly toward disarmament, fostering trust and cooperation among nations to ensure that diplomacy, not destruction, prevails. Our global economy thrives on interdependence, yet interconnectedness is what we need to build on systems of fairness, equity, and sustainability. The current brewing trade war, or wars, marked by escalating tariffs and sanctions and retaliatory measures, threaten to unravel the very fabric of this interconnectedness. These conflicts risk disrupting supply chains, inflating costs for businesses and consumers, exacerbating economic inequalities. The ripple effect of such disputes can lead to stagnation, unemployment, and a decline in global cooperation. It is imperative that we address these tensions with wisdom and foresight, fostering trade policies that promote mutual benefit rather than division. Equally alarming is the ongoing exploitation of weaker nations by stronger powers. The lust for dominance and control over natural resources has driven invasions, destabilized regions, and perpetuated cycles of poverty and inequality. Such actions not only violate the sovereignty and dignity of nations, but also erode the trust and cooperation necessary for global progress. We must stand united against these injustices, advocating for a world where power is not wielded as a tool of oppression, but as a force for collective good. Perhaps you're wondering, who am I to say all this? I'm just an eccentric, nomadic Jamaican who finds joy in the beauty of nature, the rainforest, the bees, and other marvelous insects. I despise racism, partisan politics, wars, and the selfish, kleptocratic exploitation of the defenseless proletariat. Yet, my voice, however humble, I hope it carries a simple truth. Our world can be better if we choose to learn from examples of unity in nature and wisdom of past failures. Humans have an unparalleled capacity to create and uplift. Let us honor that. Innovation, technological advancement must be guided by principles that honor our humanity, safeguard the dignity of workers, and protect our planet for future generations. Trust and cooperation are the bedrocks of progress. By replacing suspicion with openness, apathy with hope, and stagnation with commitment to action, we can cultivate a global community defined not by division, but by solidarity. History is not a fixed destiny. It is a living, breathing story that evolves with every decision we make. Together, let us ensure that the story is one of compassion. Our story is one of compassion, resilience, and triumph over adversity. This journey will not be without obstacles. Yet within these challenges lie countless opportunities to redefine who we are as a species and who we stand and what we stand for as a global society. Let us rise above fear and division to chart a course that promises peace, prosperity, justice, and dignity for all. From an origin not definable, I have entered into this life, and my only desire is to leave it better than when I arrived in it. My name is George Dill.